Speaking personally too, there was a lot of the size of your body. You know, like the size of your body determines your worth.
Yeah.
But we're gonna comment all about it, but also comment about like your eating habits and such a funny part of the culture is that
I still get a lot of that.
Oh yeah.
It's never gonna
There's
stop.
there's no like middle ground.
When you're pregnant, when you're not pregnant, when you're just being your normal self, you're still gonna hear something.
It's the greeting, right? It's like the first thing I remember. I would come home.
Are you eating? Oh, you're eating too much.
Yeah. You got the bot, you know, like it's not even a high yet.
Yeah,
like you gained weight.
You're so tabat.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Oh yeah. The first thing that my Lola would always do with me was like grab my arm, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. And so to this day, I'm like, whenever Andrew tries to touch me there, I'm like,
I don't think our Lolas are trying to be mean, right?
No.
It's just like so ingrained in like this, like whatever kind of understanding they have of like bodies, that it's just like, why is that your greeting? That you're like always having to comment on our body.
My parents explained it to me as, in the Philippines, you would be seen as healthy, and like this is all like really good that you have like weight on your body, because it's also that you're not poor.
Oh, that you're eating.
But then it's weird because like I remember like growing up, like Nana would always be like, you need to lose weight, or like you should do this to lose weight. But now that like I'm like I feel like I'm at a healthy place where like I eat whatever I want, and like I feel like happy with the way that my body is. I'm always told like, I don't think you eat enough, or like you're too skinny now, and I'm like, what? Like who?
There's no winning.
According
There's
to
no
who?
winning. Yeah. There's clearly a sense of like they care, but the way that they've been raised to raise us, you know, got so convoluted in the messaging. And I also think that there's the aspect of being an American, right? And like having this type of conversation isn't something that I feel like would be the same necessarily in the Philippines, you know?
Yeah.
So in any of those conversations, or in any of those times where like someone has said something like that to you, have you had an opportunity to redirect them? And like, how did that go? I may be asking you to relive a hard moment.
I argue with Nana about my body all the time still, because I'm now an online health and wellness coach. I don't care how much I weigh anymore. I've like gotten to that point and I'm really happy about that. And like, I don't think it's their place for them to tell me that like I'm doing anything right or wrong. But I think that as their daughter, like I can be like, hey, cut down on the sweets because you guys are getting older, you know? But then they get really defensive, like, we don't eat a lot of sweets. And I'm like, you sure do. And then like it becomes like this like tense moment that I eventually am always kind of like, I'm gonna go.
It's a lot of back and forth.
Yeah, because I'm like, if you don't want to listen to me and my feedback, then like what, like why should I stay here and listen to you guys like always make condescending comments about my body?
I've had similar conversations with them, but I've had to be like, look, in my world, the standards that like BMI and weight have been built on like bodies that don't look like me.
Yeah.
So if that's the standard that you're focusing on, it's not gonna work. And I've had to like explain this to them to our mom, and that is just, it just doesn't compute.
It's interesting again, in like I have mostly been, you know, skinny. My sister has fluctuated in weight, and I watched mostly my parents and my Lola like put their fat phobia and shame on my sister, and not so much me, and I've seen her have to deal with it. And it was interesting also as a socialized male that it wasn't something they were always commenting on my body personally, and I guess that's one of the pros, is like I kind of like avoided that. And so I think that what I've learned from that is over the time, like speaking up for my sister and being like, hearing like her say that my dad has never told her that she's beautiful, right? Like broke my heart. I'm like, why would he never do that? And it was like things that like now I understand as a woman, but growing up I didn't get that. It was something that I wasn't looking for, that kind of affirmation. It was really hard for me to like witness my sister go through that. But I also, the same thing as I've shared with her, boundaries about finding affirmation, you know, from other places, from yourself, from the people that love you and that accept you regardless of your body, and as it is.
I've been like skinny all my life.
Mm.
So like even just like the tad bit of pounds like in my face that my relatives will see me like on Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever, they'll judge me like, oh, you got to the butt. I'm like, wait, like if I'm too skinny, then you guys make fun of me because I'm too skinny. But when I gain a little weight on my like face that you can see, it's like, oh my god, you need to lose that weight now. Like you're not skinny anymore. And it's like, why do I have to be what you want me to be?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be myself. Like so then when they make fun of me, then I get all like, okay, so maybe I should lose weight. So then it brings that negativity to myself. Like, damn, like, I know I shouldn't listen to you, but at the same time, like, damn, did I really like gain that much weight for you to just say these things about me?
Right. Meanwhile, it's probably just like your body fluctuating.
Yeah.
Like it's just a hot day. Right.
Yeah, like I'm bloated today. Like,
Right? Like, actually, I'm PMSing. Imagine if you said that to them, how they react to that. Right?
oh, that has nothing to do with the period.
Yeah, right? Actually, I'm bleeding today. So,